Hey guys, this is Comic Uno. Today I'm doing a review for Uncanny X-Men issue 23. Before I start talking about Uncanny X-Men, I want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 56, and that's the show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show. And here are those exclusive comics. We got Batman Eternal issue 15, Silver Surfer issue 4, Future's End issue 11, Grim Fairy Tales issue 100, and Nova issue 19. So if you want to go check out all those reviews, go to Comic Uno episode 56. Now let's start talking about Uncanny X-Men issue 23, which is our Original Sin tie-in, which a lot of our Marvel series are being tied into Original Sin, and this is a start of a new story arc, which is supposed to be a big story arc for X-Men, The Last Will and Testament of Charles Xavier. So you guys know I haven't been reading Uncanny X-Men. A lot of the X-Men titles I did drop because I just don't really like the direction they're going in, and they just couldn't stay on my pull list. I was reading other titles that I liked better. Uncanny X-Men, I didn't love the art, not a big Cyclops fan, but I really wanted to pick up this story arc because Charles Xavier, come on, we have to see what's going on with it. And the art is actually different. I didn't even know that. It's I think it fits a lot better for this X-Men title, as you can see. I just think it's plainer art and it works for the title. I hope they could keep this not just for the story arc but for the series in general. So let's see what's going on with the story. Let's see if it was good. So with this issue we get to see there is stuff going on with this guy who's a mutant. This is like a C story going on. This is the beginning of the issue where he loses his wife, and it seems like he's a mutant also by the end of this issue, so he might have to play a bigger role in Charles Xavier's story arc, but at the moment he's just a very side story. But what's truly going on is Cyclops is remembering him killing Charles Xavier. He's a little upset about that, and he's trying to bring his team together. He's thrown people out, he's seen people grow, and we just see him as a leader. But She-Hulk is actually on our computer desk, realizing she has to give the last will and testament to the X-Men for Charles Xavier. And they need Cyclops in the same room to give the will and testament. And of course, the Wolverine X-Men team don't want that. But that is our cliffhanger, and they are going to have to be in the same room. We'll have to see what Charles left for everybody and what he had to say. So I really like this issue. This was a really solid issue for Uncanny X-Men. It was one of the better X-Men issues I've read in a while. You know, not including All New X-Men, because I think that is one of the better titles. But you get into Cyclops' mind, which is good. I think they really focused on some interesting stories that are in the Xavier, or not the Xavier Institute, but Cyclops Institute in the Weapon X area. So I think they do explore at least some of the students, which is great to see. So I did like seeing that. And I think adding She-Hulk was brilliant. You know, of course she's going to be the one who gives the will and testament. And this is just really the beginning. It's all set up to read that will and testament. And what's so important about that will and testament, we will find out in the second issue. And again, the art was such an improvement. The coloring was great for the issue. So I was really impressed by it. So yeah, this is definitely one of the better X-Men issues. I'm glad that the story arc is starting out in a great way. Great setup. I'm going to give it 4 stars. I thought this was a very solid issue. So I definitely recommend the issue, even though it doesn't really tie in Original Sin that much. Maybe it'll tie in with the second issue. But if you're reading Original Sin, it doesn't tie in too much. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. And guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rant Situations. And don't forget to like my Facebook page. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.